Camera's still working. Hello and welcome to my very first stream. I am Pink Gardenia and I like to create things. So today these are the two items that I'm going to create with you guys. I'm very nervous. So what we'll do is I think we'll get into it and then I can just chat as I go along. So the easier one of the two to do is this one here. So we'll put this one aside for the moment and we'll do this one. So this is just really basically just made out of paper. I generally make things fairly cheaply because I don't really have a lot of money to spend on making things, but this is just a piece of paper and a couple of stamps and a couple of ribbons, and that's it. So let me put that over there. So I've pre-cut the paper, and this little gadget here is a cutter that I actually got. I'll just make sure it's in the screen. I got from my mum, and my mum does a lot of crafting, and so she had this little gadget at home. So the size of the paper that I'm using is 20 centimeters by 18 centimeters. So basically the directions are you put the paper in and you follow down the line. So you pop that into there and then give it a press and then you move the paper along. So you can see these little diamonds here. So you line the paper up with that and give it another press and then you move the paper along until it's over the two diamonds. Now at this point there's a scoring line, and so I just use a little scoring tool that I got when I bought my Cricut, and you just score along the scoring line just down to the end, and then we stamp and then move it across. And again we score all the way down, give it a press and move it along, and so we do this all the way along until we get to the end. Oh, I didn't press. And move it along. Another score. Now I do apologise if anything happens to the stream. It could be that my computer is not coping very well. Yeah, my computer's not really all that great. Now I like to line, because you may have noticed on this last one it didn't, there's a slight gap there. You can see that slight gap there. So when I go back to do the other side I have to be mindful of that gap, because that's, so rather than trying to line it up that way I line it up here. So if I was to line it up like that, there's that little gap, so I line it up to there and then give it a press, because that then lines up with that diamond. Then pop it over there, score, that's already done, press, score, press, score, press, score and press. Okay, now this little gadget is really handy. So you'll have these little diamonds in the bottom. I keep these because I might be able to use them in a project somewhere down the line. So I just keep them to one side. Now if we turn this little thing over and put it this way, I'll bring it up a little bit. This side does something as well. Oh, I should have... Okay, give me a second. I should have done... I should have done a diamond there. Okay, so if I line that up there, there we go. Now I'm not confused anymore. There we go. Okay, so let's turn this around, and they've got two little diamonds here. So you line those up and just give it a press. Oh, did that work? Yes, it did. And so just move it along to the next one. It's sticking a little bit. Maybe I'm not pressing down hard enough. Oh, no, that definitely worked. There we go. And then the last one. And then we turn it over and do the same on the other side. I don't know where Mum got this little gadget from, but it makes it so much easier. Could you imagine trying to cut all that out by hand? And then we've got all these little bits and pieces that I've got a little box over here that I just throw all that into, and so there you've got the template cut out all ready to go. Now I like to, how this works is it folds over like so, and then that's your finished box. So this one will be covered up, so when you're doing your stamping, you just be aware that panel won't be seen. So I'm using a couple of stamps. Don't know if you can see it properly, but it's like a poinsettia and like a little holly. And now a lot of my supplies I got from D-Stash groups, and my sister is a Stampin' Up, I was going to say distributor. She's demonstrator. She's a Stampin' Up demonstrator. So she sent me a few things, which I really appreciate her sending me. Things that she was de-stashing. If you're looking for products on the cheap, go into Facebook and find a de-stashing Facebook group in your area. People are getting rid of a lot of their stuff, and it's really, really cool that you can pick things up for so much cheaper. I actually got a whole lot of paper from a lady in my local group, and when I got there she had even more stuff, and I spent $50 and got like $200 worth of paper, and you know, all sorts of stuff. So it was for someone just starting out, it was a really good way to go. So now I'm using two colours, a red and a green, and so I've got my wet wipes here, so I put my red on first. You may not be able to see. So I put my red on first, and then with the green I just go around the outside edges, just gently around the outside edges. So I've got red in the middle and green, and then stamp it down. And as per usual, I get ink everywhere, so I use wet wipes. I use a lot of wet wipes. So then do it again. So I just stamp it down with red first, and then I get the green and just the outside edges with the green, trying to sort of get the leaves sort of thing, and then stamp it. And again, I got green all over the and one more, I think. So red in the middle, and then green on the outside. That one looks more like more green than anything else, but that's okay. So I always clean off my stamp as soon as the minute I finish with it, and try to clean my hands off as well. Look, already got ink all over me. It happens all the time. So then the other one, I'll put the red away. And so the other one's just quite simply, I just use the green and just throw a few just remembering that this panel won't be seen. And then just wipe down my stamp when I'm done. And keeping them clean is really important so that they last longer. Now just to give it a little bit more pizzazz, I have glitter pens. They're glitter gel ink pens, and I love them, absolutely love them. So just to highlight, I'm left-handed by the way, so just to highlight the little berries, I just do the glitter on the little berries. I'm sure that there are other things that I could probably do to make these look prettier, but I'm afraid of overdoing things. I tend to overdo things a bit, and then I ruin it because I've done too much. So this I thought was just a nice little glitter touch to add to it. Okay, so I'm going to do something. Just add some little glitter spots in the middle. So I think that looks cute. So then next thing we do is we get our double-sided tape and we just, if I can find it, couple of strips of double-sided tape, and then the assembly. Put my stamp pad away, and then it's just a matter of folding them up. And then these two overlap, line them up. And then I usually like to fold it in where it's doubled, so these ones fold in like that, these ones fold in like that. So what you would do is you would put all sorts of little things in there. For my family, I'm going to put some chocolates in there, and whatever else I sort of find that I might like to put in there, and then just put the string on, and there you have nice cute little homemade bonbons, and ready for Christmas. So I've got a few of those to make, so I'll put those out of the way, and I'm going to show you a couple of things that I've been making for Christmas. So this is something that I've made for the table centerpiece. So a little candle in the top, and that's just basically out of glitter foam, and just cut it all to shape. And the little bow, I'll show you how I made the little bows, but yeah, just cut them all to shape. Another thing that I've been making for tree ornaments, little angels that hang on the tree. I've been making all sorts of baubles and out of paper. Now this is just a little stand, and it's just made up of rolled up paper, just from a magazine, and just rolled it up, and got a toilet roll on the inside, and just cut the toilet roll down, and and then just paper mache'd decorations off a Christmas serviette. So I've got a Christmas serviette and cut these off, and they'll actually tie in with the serviettes on the table on the day. So that's a few Christmas things that I've been making. the rolled up paper. Here's something else that I made from rolled up paper. And it's just a little basket, and just rolled the paper up, squished it. This little decoration's just rolled up paper as well. A little basket that I use to put things in on my desk, made out of paper from a magazine. So now, these cute little, this is to put your cutlery in on the day. So I know this is a pair of scissors, but your knife and fork and spoon would go into that on the table. So for this project we need a couple of things. Just getting my stamps ready, 'cause I use a couple of stamps. So I've got some pre-cut pieces here. Do the red. Little red bow. Yep. So now the bows. Let me show you how I make the bows. So it's just a little piece of glitter foam. Now the size of that is 4 centimeters square. I use a toothpick to mark it, and so I just mark across on the back like so, and then that way you haven't got anything, you're not drawing anything on it, and so you just cut along the crosses, not all the way through, but just sort of cut. Now one of the, we cut one out altogether, so take that out, and on the other side we've cut up to a point, up to there. So then we just cut a straight piece up like so, and then using hot glue. Now when I do hot gluing, I use a toothpick. Toothpicks are great, they hold things down quite well. And so what you do is you fold the two edges over like so, and that gives you your little bow. Let me use a toothpick to hold them down. So what I do is I put double hot glue there and then hold it down with the toothpick. I don't like getting hot glue on my fingers, it hurts, it's hot. So I use a toothpick and it's great. So you just do that on both sides. Another double glue there, and then glue them both down. So I hope you can see this. So they're both, and then this little flap goes up and over, and then hot glued on the back. And so, and that's how you get your little bow. That's how you end up with your little bow. So they're really simple to make, really easy to make, and that's how That's how you do it. Now for these, this one, I'm going to cheat a little bit, and I'm going to use double-sided tape with foam on it to give it a little bit of a lift. So I just use it. I mean, how simple is this? This is such a simple thing to make. I need new scissors. My scissors are not quite cutting properly, so I have to cut right down. So I just put that on 4 sides, 3 sides, not 4 sides. A lot of the stuff that I get from the I call them cheapy shops. Some people call them the dollar store. A lot of my craft stuff comes from the dollar store. And the money I save buying stuff from the dollar store, I can spend on new equipment. And then it's just a matter of lining it up on the bottom and patting it down. And then the little bow tie will go on top. I'll get that out now. Let's do a Merry Christmas in red. Out comes the ink again. I've got my stamp all ready to go. So red on red. Oh, this should look good. That's okay. That's okay. Again, clean the stamp off straight away. And I'll do the Christmas tree in red as well, so that we're keeping the same. I really should have my stamp mat down. My sister would rap me on the knuckles. You should have your stamp pad down. So, again, ink up the... I've also purchased stamps from eBay. A lot of the Stampin' Up people tend to sell when new product comes out. They sell stuff, and so you can pick up stamps. The ink pads, I picked up the ink pads cheap off eBay. There was a Stampin' Up distributor that was destashing, making room for the new stock that was coming in, and selling off all the stock. So bonus for me, because I got I think it was 20 stamps, 20 of these stamp pads, and I think I only paid $30 or $40 for 20 of them. and only one of them, when they arrived, there was only one of the whole lot that didn't work. So I was really pleased with that. Now I've just realised that I'm doing this one round, so I can't see what I'm doing. Please forgive me, I'm new to this, and and so I forget that you may not be able to see what I'm doing. A little bit of tape on the back. Look, this is just really simple. I'm sure that there are other things I could do to make it prettier, but at the moment this is what I know. I'll get better as time goes on. I'll get better. Personally, I think that this is too much red on red on red on red on red. So I probably should have done the tree in green. What I might do is I might do an outline on the tree, just to okay, I used double-sided tape for the bow on that one. And I thought, rather than putting the having Merry Christmas on the top, instead of having Merry Christmas on the top, I just do it straight with the I think it could use a little bit of something. This sort of lacks a little bit. It could be the fact that that it's the red on red. Might be a little bit too bland, but you could always add. You can't take away. So if you start off simple, and then if you're not happy with it, add something to it. I'll have a look and see, if I. What if I add what if I do a decorative edge across the top? And so there's lots of ways that you can change things. But yeah, so that's the little cutlery holders, and a few more of those to do as well. So let me show you something else that that I have worked on. I've also made flowers out of paper, just rolled up paper. Make paper flowers. It's one type. Made a few of these as well, and these ones you put them together in a bunch, and they look really sweet. So I've done a few of those. A hyacinth. Again, it's just paper, rolled up paper. I'm starting to do some of these. I've still got to put the centre, so I'll do another lot of petals on top of that, and then I'll do a centre, and they're going on the table for Christmas as well. So I've started to do those. Put that one down there. and this is another one that that I did just using paper from a magazine, just a magazine paper. So yeah, there's a whole lot of different flowers that you can do using paper. I'll probably do some on stream down the track, and so yeah, so there's lots of things you can make out of paper, and I seem to be able to make a lot of them. I really do like making the flowers. The flowers are really fun to make. And this year I've been volunteering at a nursing home, and we made flowers, paper flowers, and did all sorts of really fun stuff with the ladies. So everything's nice and easy. So yeah, so there is the two things that we made today. I hope you've enjoyed seeing what I do and making things with me. I mean, I could continue to make these, but I'm thinking it's only been half an hour, but for my first stream, I think it's gone okay. Nothing's died. The computer hasn't crashed, so so hopefully everything will go well. So I will be putting my live streams onto YouTube. So so if you want to have a look at the live streams again later, you can just jump onto YouTube and find my stream on YouTube. Next stream I'm going to do something completely different. I'm going to make some stamps, and I'm going to use lace. So so I'm going to, this particular piece of lace, I'm going to cut that flower and I'm going to make a stamp out of it, and so that should be interesting. So tune in next time, and I've got a few different laces that I was given. So a friend of mine gave me all this lace, and I thought I could make some stamps if I wanted to use something different. For could use it as a border on cards. Got a little one here, so that's sort of just a texture, but you know, you could use it as a border. So I'm going to give that a go. I haven't done it yet, so I've got to test it, make sure that it will work. So it's another one that could be used as a border on things. So if you you know, if you haven't got enough lace to go around, you can just stamp it. I mean, yeah, my fingers, I get ink everywhere, so it's going to be, I think this was the same as that one. It's the same as that one. So there's a few different patterns. So it'll be interesting, and it'll be fun. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Believe me, a lot of, there's another one of the same. There's three of the same one. So I'll give anything a go. If I hear somebody says, sees something, they'll send it to me and say, do you think you'll be able to make that? I don't know, but I'll give it a go. So I'm always happy to give everything a go. Oh, we've got this one. This one should be a nice stamp as well. So so that's me. That's what I do. I try to make things out of nothing, basically, and I like to make nice things. And so next time we'll make some stamps and see how that goes. So my next stream probably won't be until after Christmas, seeing as Christmas is like next week. And I hope everyone has a nice Christmas and a happy new year, and let's start 2025 off with making a whole lot of interesting stuff. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you in the next stream. Bye.